Hey everybody, Dr. Fisher here. Today I want to share with you something that's been on my mind, and that is preparation for the holidays. If you will stay to the end of the video, I will share with you one of the tools that I use myself and for lots of patients to be able to help work through this process. So we're going to pull a little something out of Atlas of the Heart by Brene Brown. Talking about the holidays, oftentimes we think about family and friends and getting together and having groups. And so that triggers this idea of something that's really, really deeply innate in being a human being, which is, on page 159, the idea of love and belonging. And the quote here is, love and belonging are irreducible needs for all people. In the absence of these experiences, there's always suffering. So if, for example, during the holidays, you are feeling an absence of love or you are feeling an absence of belonging, which happens a lot, especially post-COVID, it's happened even more. A lot of people experience suffering. Maybe you had a family member, a friend, a spouse, somebody who's passed on. This time of year as we sit and we don't have a lot to do, especially if we don't have those people to get together with anymore, it causes a lot of suffering within us. And so for the holidays, it's important to be able to recognize and prepare, if you can, rather than avoid, for the holidays. And so there are a myriad of different ways to do that. One is maybe working on, in preparation for the holidays, working on developing some new friendships, some new relationships in some way, shape, or form. Also being able to work through that process. Maybe it's time to go get a counselor or work through some grief processes. Reach out, connect. That's going to be one of the biggest answers to be able to access that love and belonging. Now, if you're working through that process and you're having a hard time and you're trying to avoid, there's a great little strategy in We All Have Parts, an illustrated guide to healing trauma with internal family systems. Generally speaking, we all have different parts of us, and those difficult experiences that have caused pain and trauma in the past exist within us. It's as if those parts don't experience a change in time. And so one of my favorite little strategies, I don't know if you can see the picture here, is to be able to spend some time regularly with the parts of you that are still hurting, because those parts will start to come and bubble to the surface as we get into the holiday season, as your mind starts to subconsciously get there, and or you're faced with it when you actually get there. One of the things you can do, and I would encourage you to start now, is to start having a regular time where you sit down daily, whether in meditation or prayer or thought, and you kind of bring all those different parts of your experience in the past to the surface. Let them have a voice. Let yourself be able to recognize how you're feeling. And then there are a myriad of different ways to be able to process, whether that's doing something creative, painting, drawing, coloring, yelling, screaming, taking a bat and hitting a pillow, or your bed, or a plastic bat's probably a better option. There are a variety of different ways to process through that. A little bit of automatic writing where you write for a couple days in a row with that particular person's name at the top of the title, and then you destroy that, do it for a couple days in a row. That really gets things moving. If you need a more additional support, I love helping people process through their stress and trauma. That's one of the things that we definitely enjoy doing here. And so that's an option for you if you want to reach out and get a little bit of help. And or again, reach out to a counselor, reach out to a friend, a family member, let them know that you're hurting. It's really important to be able to be proactive with these things, because what happens is if you wait until the last minute, things can get really hard and you can get yourself into really difficult positions really, really quickly. So that is your tip for the day, kind of leaving on that note. There is hope. Okay, that's the message that I wanted to leave for you here. There is hope. And if you reach out, you can find it. And this is Dr. Fisher signing out.